Breaking news! Things are heating up in Baltimore and Ravens fans are excited with anticipation. And when you start hearing about the draft and rumors surrounding stars like Garrett Wilson or maybe even bringing back CJ Mosley, you know it's getting real. So, let's dive into everything that's happening right now that could define the Ravens' 2025 campaign. Before we go any further, make sure you've hit that like button if you believe the best is yet to come for the Baltimore Ravens. If possible, write something like this: "Go Ravens! Let's go full force!" Now come with me. Let's start with one of the biggest bombshells going around, the idea of the Ravens trading Garrett Wilson. Right now, nothing is official and there are no firm reports that it's in the works, but fans have started to dream, and it's a dream that makes a lot of sense. Garrett Wilson has already proven himself to be an elite-level receiver, despite a turbulent quarterback situation with the Jets. His production, his route running, and his toughness, elite. You bring a guy like that to Baltimore, and you're potentially pairing Lamar Jackson with the best wide receiver he's ever had in his career, period. Would it cost a lot? Yes, absolutely. But if you're looking for a long-term WR1, someone to grow and dominate alongside Lamar for years to come, Garrett Wilson is your guy. And if that happened, the city of Baltimore would erupt. Imagine M&T Bank Stadium with Garrett Wilson in purple and black. It almost doesn't seem fair. But hold on, the Ravens aren't just sitting around dreaming. They've got capital, and they've got 11 draft picks to work with this year. That's plenty of ammo to make something happen, which is why the discussion around trading up in the draft is starting to pick up steam. If you're Eric DeCosta, you're sitting there with multiple fourth-rounders. For sixth-rounders, you've got some real leverage to climb up the board, and there are names to chase. If someone like cornerback Jay Barron out of Texas or wideout Teteroa McMillan falls into that early 20s range, there's going to be real temptation to go get them, especially Jay Barron. The Ravens need help in the secondary. With Chidobe Awuzie currently slated as a starter and not many proven options behind him, Barron would instantly upgrade the cornerback group. Speaking of receivers, the draft conversation doesn't stop at McMillan. Another name popping up? Luther Burden. This kid has big play potential, even though some people have been knocking him for racking up a high percentage of his receptions behind the line of scrimmage. But that criticism might be unfair. His quarterback play and the Missouri offense in general took a serious step back last season. If you put him in a system like the Ravens, with Lamar throwing darts and Todd Monken calling the shots, you could see Burden explode. If he slips to round 2 or even the back half of round 1, watch out. This front office needs to be ready to pounce. Now let's talk defense. James Pierce Jr. is another hot name among fans. The edge rusher from Tennessee has shown flashes of elite potential, though there's some hesitancy because he gives off some David Ohabo vibes, tons of upside but maybe not quite enough polish just yet. Still, the Ravens love athletic edge guys who can get after the quarterback, and if they believe in their coaching staff's ability to develop him, he could become the long-term answer off the edge they've been looking for. And then there's the possible reunion with CJ Mosley. The former Raven-turned-Jet is still a tackling machine and a respected leader, and he could bring some much-needed experience to the inside linebacker room. Given the Ravens' current need at that position, a cheap deal to bring Mosley back, especially considering he's owed just $4.5 million, would be a fantastic fit both culturally and schematically. Plus, he knows the city, he knows what it takes to win here, and he played with current linebackers coach Zach Orr. That kind of chemistry doesn't need time to develop, it's already there. Looking at the offensive line, don't sleep on Andrew Voorhees. The left guard struggled last season before getting hurt and watching Patrick McCrary step in. But the word is that Voorhees has used that time wisely. Sitting behind a seasoned vet like McCrary gave him a front-row seat to what it takes to succeed in this league. This could be the year he puts it all together. The Ravens have always prioritized tough, versatile offensive linemen, and Voorhees fits that mold. If he takes the leap many expect, that's another position solidified. Now we get to the tight end room, and this one could get spicy. Isaiah Likely has been making serious waves. He's more athletic than Mark Andrews, and last year he had moments of brilliance, including a monster game against Kansas City. There's an argument to be made that this is the year we see the changing of the guard. Mark Andrews has been the guy in Baltimore for a long time, and he's still a key player. But football moves fast, and Likely might just be the future at that position. Could we see Andrews phased into a more TE2 role? Maybe. The two tight end sets will still be deadly, but it's something to watch closely. And don't forget about the practice squad dark horses. Dayton Wade is a name that fans need to circle. He flashed in preseason and might have deserved a spot over guys like Deontay Hardy. He's got the tools to be a great slot receiver, and if he shows out in camp, don't be surprised if he forces his way into the 53-man roster this year. So Ravens fans, that's where things stand as of today. The draft is coming, rumors are flying, and the possibilities are endless. Will Baltimore trade up? Will they make a splashy move for Garrett Wilson or CJ Mosley? Could we see a shift in the tight end hierarchy or a breakout season from guys like Voorhees or Wade? I want to hear from you. Do you want to see the Ravens make a big move? Should they trade up or stay put? Should likely be TE1? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get the conversation going. And let's not lose sight of how the Ravens are strategically positioned this offseason. Holding 11 draft picks, with a surplus of mid to late round capital, they're in one of the most flexible spots in the entire league. Teams with that kind of ammo have the luxury to maneuver in any direction, up, down, or even into future years. The real question is whether Eric DeCosta wants to stick to the best player available philosophy or take a more aggressive approach and fill critical needs with premier talent by trading up. And history shows us, when the Ravens are confident about a guy, they go get him. A perfect example? The conversation around potential trade-ups if players like Mike Sainristil or Will Johnson are still on the board come pick 21 or 22. If one of them slips, the Ravens shouldn't hesitate. This draft isn't about quantity anymore. It's about grabbing stars who can make an impact in year one. That's what winning teams do, especially for a team already this close to a Super Bowl. And let's talk offense again, because while Lamar Jackson remains the centerpiece of the franchise, what the Ravens do around him this offseason will dictate how far they can go in 2025. Fans are already fired up over the idea of bringing in someone like Garrett Wilson, but let's look at the alternative if that trade doesn't happen, the draft. If a top-tier wideout like McMillan or Burton falls to them at 27, or if they use some of that extra capital to move up and snag one of them, this could be the deepest receiving core Baltimore has had in the Lamar era. Add that talent alongside Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, if he stays healthy, and a breakout candidate like Devontae Walker or even Dayton Wade. Suddenly, this offense looks dangerous in a way it never has before. But the Ravens also can't ignore what happened in that playoff loss. The offense stalled. They lacked that go-to guy in crunch time outside of Mark Andrews. That's why adding someone like Wilson or Burton or even McMillan isn't just about explosiveness. It's about giving Lamar a reliable target who can win when it matters most. Fourth quarter, tight game, everyone in the stadium knows where the ball is going, and he still gets open. That's the dream, and it's within reach. Bottom line, this offseason feels different. There's a sense that the Ravens are ready to go all in. They've got a franchise quarterback locked in. They've got one of the smartest front offices in football. And they've got the flexibility to make whatever move they believe is necessary. Whether that means trading for a star like Garrett Wilson, moving up to grab a blue-chip corner or receiver, or doubling down on development from within, the Ravens are poised to make noise. So now it's your turn. What move would you make? Do you want the team to be aggressive in the draft and chase stars? Would you rather see them go after proven veterans like CJ Mosley? Is it time for Isaiah Likely to take the throne from Mark Andrews? And could Dayton Wade be this year's surprise breakout? Drop your takes in the comments. What should the Ravens do next to get over the hump and bring another Lombardi back to Baltimore?